Zetta Farms are Toka Multipurpose Cooperative Society Limited pra 5th October 10 press conference dishe. Press conference de Zetta Farms laga officials bra janashi ki tai khan Nagaland laga agriculture aro farmers khan ke promote kurubule ase aro janashi ki Nagaland de thousands crore generate kurubule parbo agriculture product de. Itukla nahoy gina Zetta Farms pra 30 crore invest kurubule ase aro turnover do 800 crore nishna thagibule ase koi gina janaise. Zetta Farms par janaise ki farmers khan ke monthly income dibo aro pension scheme bi thagibo koi gina janaise. To aibi press conference sai sabo.
Press conference called by us between Toka Mpcs and Zetta Farms. We have some certain announcements which we would like to share with you.
Zetta Farms is a company which is trying to revive the whole agriculture ecosystem for the better good, for creating food security, for creating sustainability, for creating carbon positivity, regenerative agriculture and all. How we treat ourselves as different from a traditional farming ecosystem is that we always want to have the work done at the root level. Okay. We don't try to develop the supply chain or you can say the tech and all. We make use of these things, but we don't try to develop it because other counterparts or the other entities in the same industry are doing that very well. Okay, nobody was focusing on the root level of the farming part of it. Now, as of date, Zetta Farms is like working over approximately 10,000 acres of land area in 14 plus states of India. We are catering to more than 1,200 farmer families as of date, and it is being increasing day by day. Through Zetta Farms, we have taken up some initiatives like the Zetta Rozgar Yojana, wherein we are giving employment or you can say employment system to one person over every 2 acres of land area. The perks and the benefits of this kind of engagement would be that he will be getting a monthly secured income along with the benefits of PF, insurance, child education benefits, and the most prominent and the important thing of this Rozgar Yojana was the pension scheme, which only after government we are proud to say that we are the only startup in this ecosystem which is creating a pension fund for the farmers. Now coming on to Nagaland, we have been so lucky and grateful enough that we have been provided like good land opportunities and the agriculture project opportunities here in Nagaland. And to be true, considering what we say in Vastu mein bolte hain na, Northeast is like the lucky place in a architectural ecosystem or a place there. So Northeast becoming a lucky thing for us also, and we are getting good projects over here. Starting from the rubber nursery project, which we are doing with Toka Society with Kashi. We have been introduced to him through HML for a rubber factory project, but the things have evolved so much that we are also now engaging and talking over multiple different projects like the feed development or the feed production for the piggery and poultry there. We have been talking over growing or you can say supply chain of pineapples by after growing them. We're also talking over like creating processing industry setups for the leguminous crops and all. We're also looking forward to have certain kind of perennial crop system in a diversified capacity. Now the burning question is why the traditional farmer is not able to grow. We are able to do it. Okay. So the only difference was we think that each of the farmer are very skilled and they are working in a freelancer capacity. Right? Everybody is a freelancer. And the real problem with any freelancer is getting work. So we as a corporate entity, we are creating a management layer and we are providing the opportunity in a corporate environment in a SOP system to all these freelancers so that all the freelancers have a common vision for the betterment of the whole corporate or the entity there. Okay. That's how we are making a difference. We are engaging the best tech available in the market, best infrastructure available in the market in the format of IoT sensors and the data analytics part and all. We give them the knowledge about that what kind of inputs and material are to be given when it is to be done. आप लोगों ने सुना होगा कि दो पड़ोस वाले फार्मर भी डिफरेंट प्रैक्टिसेस यूज करते हैं फॉर ग्रोइंग द सेम क्रॉप राइट एक बोलता है कि मुझे मेरे ग्रैंडफादर ने सिखाया था आई लर्न इट फ्रॉम माय grandparents and all. The other will say that I've learned it from the center of excellence or the KVK farms. Even for the growing of the same crop, they are using different practices. We want to have a standard system in place. That's what we are doing, and we are really grateful enough to have this kind of opportunities in Nagaland. We have been also offered approximately 5,000 acres of land area in Chivino district. With him, we are having a good big project of 25 lakhs plants creation of rubber nursery. And what we are seeing in talking in terms of numbers, Nagaland has approximately 65,000 hectares of agricultural land area out of which only approx 600 hectares of land area is being utilized for the agriculture purposes, or you can say optimal agriculture purposes. So you can see the opportunity which is available to us, and considering the agrarian state and the last, and we believe the next 10 years or the next decade would be of agriculture only. People will not stop eating food. Okay, so we want to really bank upon this opportunity and take this ahead because it has really good potential. We don't we are like aggregators of investments. Okay, so we will be creating multiple DPRs. So on an average, you can think of it like this. So for an 1,000 acres of project, approximately 10 CR investment is required at a base level for just growing leguminous, or you can say cyclical crops like the grains, legumes, or something like that. It can increase up to approximately 2.5 lakh rupees an acre. Why I'm giving this number? It is for the horticulture crops. Like if I'm trying to grow a strawberry project, or if, let's say a pineapple or a banana project, it would require a huge capital because of the infrastructure, like the drip irrigation.
So basically, it's case to cases. Yeah. But there's no. The idea is that we are looking at a potential area of about 6,000 acres.
Yeah.
So it depends from case to case. Like some people may be wanting to do this. I mean, agriculture is a wide subject, right? It can be strawberry, it can be banana, it can be just growing paddy also to growing like sesame seed. So different aspiration. So that I mean, there's no such fixed number for that,
Right.
but the potential is that much. I think you.
So the range perspective is like 20,000 rupees an hectare to 2.5 lakh rupees an acre. Okay, so that's the range that investment can go up to, and the total size of the investment potential with time it can increase. So I believe the remaining ecosystem or the land area which is available in Nagaland as of date has a potential to generate more than 1,000 crores of money over just 10,000 acres of land area in a span of like next 20 years. Like looking after diversification, we will not always only target over the plain areas, because in agriculture, different kind of agroclimatic zones are required for the diversification and for the security. So in a way, you can say the whole of the agri ecosystem of the whole Nagaland state, or let's say India, will not be in a negative side in a single day. Okay, there will be sometimes heavy rainfall in one area, the other area will be giving like good production. Okay, in the same way, Nagaland state is also there. It is having like 4 different agroclimatic zones. One zone will be giving one production. We will also be doing the crop diversification. It will not be we will not be focusing on a single crop. As of date, also we are doing more than 70 plus crops all across India. So there, the rubber plantation is already there. We want to bank upon that. That's why we are coming up with a project along with HML for creation of that factory. Okay, wherein we will be training these farmers to do the right tapping, collection of latex, how to store it well, and when to like, and the logistics part as well. Okay, so everything has to be submitted to the factory so that the final production can come.
So every zone has been divided according to that. So like we got HML and Zetta here in Nagaland. Assam they've got MRF like that. No, so every company has taken over a certain area where to give transparency to the buyers, no, so that there's a open market for everybody. Because right now it's a very disorganized market. So marketing is not an issue. The company that I think that's what we're saying. The press conference that is followed is HML, which is the largest marketing company, had done this press conference last time I think in Akasha with your.
Where the private sector is looked with suspicion is because most of the private sector companies come and have a project in terms of with a tagline of contract farming. Okay, so the most basic principle of contract farming is if the produce is there, we will be purchasing the produce. Correct? Okay, but in our case, it is a different. We follow a different rule. We say even if the produce is not there, even if because of certain weather anomalies or unfavorable weather condition, even if the produce is not there, the farmer or the person has already done his hard work over this. He has already given his time over that part. So we will be giving and we will be compensating for that time in a monthly capacity. That's why that employment engagement kind of thing. So we treat it because it is easier to understand in a word of employment. Baki, it is like it is a monthly income source plus again over and above that a profit share in the format of which can be compared to in a corporate structure as a variable pay, right? So we will also be distributing the profit share to these farmers. Okay, so that's how we are different. And also, no corporate company till date has created a pension fund for them. So we always, and also the birds also play a very important role. We treat our farmers as Krushy warriors and Krushy weeds, right? People like to call them as laborers. We want to eradicate that word. Labor word comes with a sense of exploitation. Okay, so we want to have a collaboration approach, not an exploitation approach. That's where the difference, all the difference comes in. And the market is also approaching us. That's why HML his team of the people who own these rubber plantations and all, and our operational practices will play a hand-in-hand role to have this project is a successful capacity.
Because we will just discuss.
That's what we are trying to say. It's not organized because payouts in Nagaland is very bad. It takes 15 to 20 days for a payout, or even more than that. Okay, sometimes there's a normally in rubber because it's a regular daily day crop, no. So the payout is about 15 days plus or minus in business terms, 15 to 20
Right.
days. Now the problem with Nagaland is that since there is no end buyer, there's no marketing, right? So what happens? Your stock is held for a very long time. By the time you have some problems with fungal infections, these things that happens. So by the time you're selling in the stock, your stock is also degraded. So that process time. So if you set up a factory there, that process time is cut down. So I mean, for the farmer, it will be easier that they come to the factory and just deliver the goods, nah? And then go back to his daily tapping and then give it. So that system is not organized. Plus the marketing aspect, like we said, this
Correct.
tie-up that we are doing is because HML is involved. Okay, and HML, I don't know. I think you should take a background check on HML because that is the largest and the oldest rubber plantation factory
In
in India. They were there since the British time. They're still been here, and they are the ones who are the buyers of the rubber products in all part of the
They
country.
process it.
They process
Yeah,
it, right? They
process
buy
it.
the rubber sheets and all.
Yeah.
There's one more aspect to it in the operational capacity when you come from the farming, when we talk in the terms of farming system. So a normal traditional farmer, if he is not using the optimized operationals, okay, so he will be able to tap only approximately 1.8 kgs of rubber from or the latex there from a single tree. But with organized and a systematic approach, like the daily tapping, how much rubber has to be collected, and the tapping days and all. Okay, so if we consider all the things there in this system there, so we can have as much as like 2.7 kgs of rubber latex from a single tree in a year. So increasing this capacity will also increase the chances of his income.
Average is in a day. In a day, it's about 1,650 rupees as of now. As today, what I know of Nagaland. Yeah, in a day. We understand that.
That's where the aggregation role
How
comes
do
in.
you balance this? How do you
Correct. That so again coming to that thing, as I was saying, everybody was a freelancer. Everybody is having small chunks of land with them. That's where the aggregation play comes in, and he doesn't have to face the single load of the cash burning over himself. Okay, it can be distributed among all the farmers through us only. Basically, like we will be taking care of the project, we will be taking care of the investment part of it, or you can say the operational investment part of it, not the production part of it, because he has already planted the rubber trees.
Cost efficiency is very important, na? Because like we said, 1 acre holding to that is impossible because it doesn't make sense. But if it's a collective scheme, say, let's say one truck comes in the morning and there are 10 of them on the queue, so collect the cost is safe for everybody. So all those cost efficiency, we are not organized. Basically, Nagaland, we are not organized. We can say that. So if we can organize them together, then we'll be good. We can ask other Q&A on other crops also if you like. अच्छा इते कोआ निशना हामी खान लगा इतु farmers kan किने benefit हो गले इते farmers kan डांगर माटी नाय कुनबा 2 hectares डाली किन আছে minimum 2 hectares दिकिन আছে तो 2 hectares डाली कुनबा तो 5 hectares আছে तो इतु हामी खान suppose company ते बिक्री करले जाते सब निजो निजो खुशी खुशी जागिना करि আছে तो एकटा तो organized sector ते एकटा company ला umbrella सब इतु company ला गाडी हेबो तारबा उठाइ किना सामान कान उठाइ दिने पागन दे सब मानु लगा पैसा लो पलो बच जाबो इना खुले तो efficient हो जाबो ना आरो पानिसना टेक्नोलॉजी ना जानिले भी काम करिना साधन दे तो एतै लगा तो विषय पाइसे तला कम्पनी के लिए पाइसे बोले तो बेसिकली आमी खान मैनेजमेंट तो ठीक ना इतु खाने इतु खान आमी खान पुष्टि मानन के कुरी ना आमी हिकाइ हिकाइ ना जायो बिकॉज़ केस टू केस टाइप सब मानु एक बार तो ऑनबोर्डिंग करो ना करे आस्ते आस्ते को ना आमी खान उठाइ के ना बोले
सर अभी कोऑर्डिनेशन ऑर्गेनाइज करिना कंपनी बा गाड़ी खान उठाइना कलेक्ट करबो
হয় হয়
तो जो फार्मर्स तो कंपनी एकटा
itu to advantages to bishi ase takan kani na aro koanishna itu to le to direct company para aso to means kun to tire banai itu company ai bole ase na to itu to le to ko diktar to hobole na lage aro itu tate taro problem on ja to kunba to gas dalibo itu gas to dalishe na tapping bi na pore ini jinda ase bole bi inika rakhina ase alchi lage manula kisau nige na alchi lage to inika nishna takan handle korule na parile to আমি না ম্যানেজমেন্ট কে দিলে একটা রেভিনিউ সোর্স তাহান কে দিব এনে করে না আমি খান প্রায় টেক ওভার করনো মা অপারেশন তো সব আমি টেক ইটু যেটা অপশন দিয়ে আছে না কোনবা তো टाइम भी नहीं आमी लेबर ना पाई तो ना तो आमी खान निस्ना लोटे हाथ होले तो लेबर ना पाई आमी खान तो ये तो मनु खान तो कम बिसारे है तो ना नागालैंड दे तो मनुमान बिशी कम बिसारे थे इन्हीं का मनुमान क्या मैं ट्रेनिंग दी है ना तले कुरान से ना आमी so that is the play that we want to do तो basically आमी खान पर मैनेज कर दिया हेल्प कर दिया ना आमी लोग
farmers can get
Ah.
only collaborate with training can be used. But itu wala do district wise sa una meeting point to ekta district de mati hina puro la.
ना itu see आमी खान तो macro level जैसा है ना at the macro level no we're not looking at the micro level so आमी खान ना team to we are present in almost every district when we do this every district तो থাকিবो तो every district ते तहां निजो लगा management থাকিবो so there will be a official team there will be a lot of jobs created and tahan he means tahan pai nijo la district la play de থাকিবো না তো কোয়ানিশনা ite muhala potentially this as Waka Dimapur and Mohokchung district Mohokchung also has a huge potential so itu kan to le to I mean our manu kan to very enterprising as na like we do a lot of plantations so maybe sabse joldi achi lagabi tahan hi as na so ininga nishna we want to help and Lothamana kan to they are very sincere like whatever it is they are very sincere in doing that only thing is for them also the problem is they are not getting regular market nah and the market that is there which is buying at a regular is also like very small traders like they don't have the capacity to take up some few crores in a day so that is when taken hai tahan eto kinule parala capacity thara ne
So see, it is land. Land can give you any product, be it rubber, be it dal, be it pineapple, be it banana, be it bamboo. Anything can be grown out of that land. So land is a production center. Okay. If we create a corporate system over that land, any crop or any product can be grown out of it. Now people know that something can be grown out of it. We are just trying to organize that part. Okay. Out of which multiple products are coming out of it. We are talking about one product, which is rubber. We need to teach people that how to make optimal utilization of land in terms of regenerative capacity without degrading the soil, also creating carbon positivity in the state, also increasing the GDP of the state, or also reducing the migration from the state. That people should stick to agriculture. You must have seen like second generation farmers don't want to do farming. We want to create something of the glamorous part in agriculture there. People will say, I want to become IT software engineer, or maybe I can work as a salesman in some different company. We want that you should be proud enough to call yourself as farmer. People always try to deduce and introduce a creation of technology and automation. We don't want to focus on the extreme automation kind of thing because we have ample people available in India who are really looking for increasing their income and looking for job opportunities.
We've also been exploring the idea of doing agar work. In Mohokchung district, there's a lot of agar work. So that is one that we've already in discussion with them.
As of date, we are talking about the investment part of it. We have not considered the government fund or anything.
This is not a government fund. This is a purely private
It's a
investment.
purely
No. The individual can apply for that fund whether it's private or government entity that comes into their land.
Yeah.
So the perishable commodities has to be less because we want to secure the income. It has to be a good diversified mix. You can't put all your funds, like when you talk in terms of mutual funds, if anybody is doing like that share market things and all, so if you talk in terms of mutual fund, we'll put less of our money in the volatile things. Okay, rice, paddy, turmeric, ginger, or any kind of these kind of cash crops has less volatility of market prices, and cucumbers or perishable commodities will have like high volatility. So in terms of agriculture, when we talk about, there are two things which nobody can control in this world is weather and market prices. Nobody can control them.
Not only salary, there is health insurance also, and then the pension scheme.
Child education
And
benefit.
as of now, if you look into the government, people who have joined after 2005, they're no longer getting pension.
Only for a certain capacity. So as of date, out of this 10,000 acres of land area, we have only 5% of our portfolio in perishables. Now coming on to part of it, how much investment will be there? So typically, on an average, 50,000 rupees per acre investment goes to for developing a project. This is the 50,000 is the average investment. Why I am talking about average? Because for growing paddy, it is 20,000 rupees an acre investment, and which will give you a revenue of approximately 35,000 within 4 months. If I invest 1 lakh rupees for growing turmeric, it will be giving me a revenue of approximately 2 lakh rupees in a period of 9 months. So if we talk in terms of numbers, moreover, both the crops is giving like 70 to 80% margins, right? But farmers are not aware of it, aware of the economics. They don't understand economics. That's where the lag comes in. Okay. Plus also the risk of weather, of the fluctuating weather and the market price fluctuations has to be borne upon by the farmer. उसी को सारा risk bear करना पड़ता है. कुछ भी खराब होगा, बाढ़ आ जाए, सूखा पड़ जाए, anything, and everything has to be borne by the farmer. That's where our role comes in. हम क्या करते हैं, जितना भी रिस्क है उसको डाइवर्सिफाई करके we distribute it among all the land areas and through our own funds. Like suppose even if one of the crop is getting destroyed in Nagaland for a particular set of farmers, I can compensate that money from the soybean grown in Rajasthan or the coffee grown in Karnataka, okay, because all the crops will not get destroyed in a single day. That's our own model is. Considering this, we have a portfolio of 70 plus crops across India, out of which the good part is Nagaland, through its weather topography and land topography, all the crops can be grown here. You say cocoa, coffee, or you can say banana, pineapple, papaya, you name it. Okay, any crop can be grown in one of the other agroclimatic zones. There are micro agroclimatic zones and macro agroclimatic zones. There are hilly areas, plain areas, tropical areas wherein like कहीं पे rainfall is more, कहीं पे rainfall is less. You have high altitude, like the temperature profile is also very good in Nagaland. Okay, so that gives us an advantage for optimizing the agriculture here. Okay, as I've already said, it is under optimized as of date, and we want to really use upon the potential there, and we want to give opportunities to people who can work with us at every level.
We see 20 to 30% of it is getting damaged, wastage. So in order to control that, also they're coming into the picture.
Correct.
Even I will say, free, very inside, the kiwi fruits. The production is very high, again, but they don't have the market. So again, Zetta is coming into that. So those kind of things is there. Because like we have good farmers are very good, but here we don't have a market. We don't know where to sell.
Correct.
So, for example, now the tomato part, I would say Longkong part, one of my cousins was cultivating it. So for him, he took a truck for hire of 15,000 to transport it from Okchung to Johar and then sell it. See the cost incurred. So in that cost also, we are coming into the picture.
Right.
So those kind of mechanism and all those technical things will be there, and then that's how the farmer will be totally benefited.
It is already being successfully working in 12 plus states in Rajasthan, MP, Chhattisgarh. One example, Maharashtra. It is like 600 acres of land area, which is being wherein we are growing banana, grapes, sugarcane, geranium, chilies, and onion. Okay, so these 6 crops are being grown. Okay, and the market is set. Open market is also set. The balance is there, and we are selling it. More than 500 farmers are already involved there. They are getting a secured monthly income out of it. Okay. And we have already started creation of the pension fund because this is a recent activity. So everybody is feeling secure now. Okay, I am like happy doing this thing.